Welcome back to Twins World All About Parenting. Thank you so much for being a part of Twins World All About Parenting. And I would like to give my thanks to all my subscribers and those who like and watch and share and comment on the videos and helping me how to improve each and every time. Today we are going to discuss on a topic how to do transition for a toddler or a preschooler who's sleeping with us, that is a co-sleeping baby or a child, to sleep by themselves in their own bed. Co-sleeping is making the baby or the child sleep with the parents, and this co-sleeping is well practiced in most of the Asian countries, whereas in Western culture, or those who are practicing Western culture or adopt the culture of Western countries to ourselves, they keep the newborn baby in the crib so that these babies never got a chance to be with the parents. For me personally, I'm a person who practice co-sleeping, so I always appreciate co-sleeping. Co-sleeping has its own benefits. That is, you need to understand that when a baby is coming as an individual in this world, as parents, I need to connect to them. So when I breastfeed the baby, I can connect more than the nutritional facts as an emotional fact. So co-sleeping always helps us to connect more rigorously with the baby, and it also helps us to have a look on the baby all the time in case of feeding or in case of any emergency. But when the child reaches to a particular age, it is always good to change the bed of the baby. This can be mainly practiced when the baby enters by the age of 3 or 4 years, because this 3 years or 2.5, 3 years, you can see the child is having more independence for all his activities. He or she want to do the activities by itself. That gives him an autonomy, that is, I can do everything by myself. So this kind of feeling is there in the children, and changing of this bed also help him or her to be independent even in the sleeping period. Sleeping alone in a bed, I discussed before, is one of the advantage or one of the need or the necessity of changing from co-sleeping to sleeping alone pattern. Second thing, we need to understand that when a sibling is going to come, that is, the mother is expecting for the next baby, it is always good to change the bed of the first baby, just because to avoid kicking from a toddler, because the kicks are too hard to take. And more than that, when this baby comes, it's very difficult to keep a toddler and a newborn, because we can't expect any kind of accidents can happen at any time, and it may be painful to all of us. The next need or the reason for moving the child out of our bed is the personal time what the parents are having. So we need to understand that the kids are very curious in this particular age. Any kind of intimate looks, talks, kisses between the parents itself or any adults make them more curious to see and look what is happening. So I always advise or urge all the parents not to have any kind of physical intimacy with having a kid in your bed or in the room, because we think that they are sleeping, but they are more curious and they know how to look into the matter, and they will see, and this will put a thought or a seed for any kind of anxious episodes or any kind of abnormal behaviors in the children. Now let's see how we can help our child to have a transition from co-sleeping to his or her own toddler bed. So first thing what we can do is always talk to them. Communication is the first thing we need to understand. Talk to them and tell them, baby, kid, you are going to have your own room and your own bed. So this kind of talking help them to have again add-on feelings of their autonomy. I can walk alone, I can play alone, I can eat alone, I can put my buttons alone, I can sleep alone. So this keeps on increasing or boost up their energy or boost up their self-esteem, that I have grown big and I can do everything alone. So this kind of talk help them to tell that I'm big enough to sleep in my own room. So that is the first step. We can teach them or put that thought into their brain that you can sleep alone. The second thing is, whatever routines are going on in your bed, maybe you are singing some lullabies or telling some stories while they're going to sleep, the same thing you can do in the next room with the child. Sleep next to them, talk to them the stories or talk to them what has happened, or having little conversation then make them sleep. You sleep next to them and pattern them, or the way how you are making them sleep, you can do the same way. Once the child sleeps, you can move out of the room. So another thing you need to understand, that have a look in between, because child should not be anxious suddenly that the father or mother is next to them. Another characteristics what we can see in these toddlers is they always carry a toy or a stuffed bear or any kind of toys along with them to hug or talk to this kind of toys. So keep that practice on, so they will not feel your absence as such when this toy, which is their favorite one, is next to them. So the next step what you can do is, the initial days you're sleeping with the child, and next you can sit with the child and pat them and have all the routine and tell them that I'm moving out, and reassure if you want anything. If you get scared or panic, I'm there in the other room, you can come at any time. So this is the way you need to reassure them. So first we'll sleep with them, then we'll sit on the bed, and as days goes by, when you understand the child is adjusted to the routine of sitting next to them, the next step is sitting at the edge of the bed and making the child to sleep. And once the child slept, then you can move on. This practice can be continuously done throughout a week or two, so you are able to understand how well our child is adjusted to the pattern of separating from the parents. So this way, once it is done, then you can keep the children or the child alone in that room and make them sleep, and tell them if any emergency, you can come and meet the parents anytime. And before time, it's always good to pray and bless them, so that they will not have any bad dreams and they get scared and they will regress back or come back to the previous episode of co-sleeping. Then again you need to start from the scratch. You can start practicing this transition of co-bedding or co-sleeping from 3 to 4 years. If you're taking little more time also, it's fine, because it's not easy to move away from children, because we as parents are also connected to them, they are also connected to us. We are as parents, we are also having some emotional connection too much on them, where it hurts us, or an emotional breakdown can happen to us. But it's fine if you take little more time and then you are making the child to sleep alone. So this is the way you can use, and we are using some psychological principles of sleeping next to them, sitting next to them, moving to the edge of the bed and moving out from the room. This is called fading technique, what we usually use to avoid some kind of practices. So I would like to advise this practice to help you to be out from the child's bed and make the child independent. By the end of the day, as parents, we need to teach them to stand in their own legs, not depend on us all the time. As ancestors says that we always teach the children to fish, not to feed them only with fish, because tomorrow, even if we are not there, the children need to stand strong. Hope this episode is helpful for you to understand how to move the baby from our bed or the child from our bed to sleep independently. So hope to see you in the next session. Till that, stay safe, stay happy. Thank you.